It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in cinema, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
How you doing there, Jim?
I am fabulistic.
And Murray, who's wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt today. What's your favorite Jurassic Park movie there, Murray?
Gotta be OG, the original.
The original?
Yeah.
Is there any... do any of the other ones come even close, or is it just a runaway?
They all have dinosaurs.
They're
all fun to watch.
They're eating people.
Yeah, it's all I need. That's all I need.
Except for the last one, which I don't think anybody was eating.
I'm sure somebody got it.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Oh, baby. Thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or, even better for us, support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible, terrible film. As long as it's played anywhere in cinemas in the world. And you know what? We'll watch it. But let's get to raging. You know what? First, let's have a word from our sponsors.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, canyonmeadowscinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
Does anyone else feel as groovy as I do today?
Nope.
I am feeling super groovy.
All right, then.
Groovy
Just saying.
Like a drive-in movie.
Yeah, just like that. Wish it was a drive-in movie. Nailed it.
I miss drive-ins.
Me
I
too.
think Mr. Dog for that one, I believe it.
I miss the weather that comes along with drive-ins.
Right.
Yeah.
Worst. So we saw a couple movies in cinemas, I think.
Uh-huh.
Well, Murray and I did.
I did too.
Did you?
Yeah.
How would we know? We never see you anymore. You're just like a ghost to us, except
Watches
Wednesdays.
football. American football.
Yeah, it's
Football,
football
you bet.
season. I will. I'll be showing my face here soon.
All right. Perfect.
Because the people want to see me.
Well, we are the people that you see, so
We the
yes,
people.
it's true. I'm sure we're going to see each other this weekend. I'm almost positive.
Maybe.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some playoff football happening.
There is
Yeah,
indeed.
I
We
know.
gotta work something out if you want to go to what I think you probably want to go to.
Yeah, we did.
We'll
Yeah.
talk
Friday
about it.
is what we're
We'll talk
thinking.
about it.
Friday's good. I
Then
can
that's
do
when it's
Friday.
All right.
We will see Bryce Friday.
Let's get on with the
Everybody
show.
who's listening now knows we will have a fantastic Friday.
Yes. All right. So back to the matter at hand. What did we go and see?
A Man Called Otto.
We did go see a Man Called
OTTO.
OTTO. Oh, what
The cutest
adorable.
kid.
So
She
cute.
was so
oh my
cute.
goodness. You just want to, yeah.
Pinch your little cheeks.
Not really. All right. A Man Called Otto has a pedestrian plot combined with plenty of groan-worthy jokes, with Tom Hanks auditioning for a reboot of Grumpy Old Men for 2 hours. And yet, it still works on some levels. My eye rolling at the beginning turned to genuine affection for much of these characters. This story of a sad man who wants only to be with his deceased wife, who regains his will to live through the efforts of his new next-door neighbors, is not as bad as I was sure it would be. Mariana Trevino as Marisol is a force as she makes it her mission to bring Otto back to the realm of the living. But one of the things I had a problem with is why? She just met this guy, and he obviously wants nothing to do with her, so why does she insist on injecting her family into this miserable human being's life?
I can tell you.
There are many of these whys throughout. Many sprinkled throughout, but I managed to get past that, and I did genuinely care for many of these characters, which was enough to make me glad I watched it. Not a whole lot of substance, but still quite an entertaining story about a suicidal senior citizen. A Man Called Otto was meh.
Mavulous. Do you want me to tell you why she wanted to inject herself into his life?
Sure, go ahead.
Because people who live in a world of positivity, such as myself, like to inject themselves in people like you two who are negative, and it gives us joy to see you smile. See, you're both smiling right now.
I am the least negative person you'll ever meet. That's why I keep
you around.
You just carry around this resting bitch face all the time.
Just like Tom, really just like Otto, I am a ray of sunshine.
I don't know. The first 3 years that used to come to the festival screenings, I thought you were angry all the time.
He is angry.
I am angry all the time, but I'm still a ray of sunshine.
We're not called Film Joy. We're called Film Rays. We come by it naturally.
Metal he was listening to on his headphones. But
well, that brings me joy.
It's the best.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I thought of A Man Called Otto.
Yes.
So, here is a perfectly good example of the worst trailer to advertise a movie that was almost nothing like the movie they wanted us to think it was. On seeing this trailer, I had absolutely no desire to ever see this film. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I was in the same boat, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be another version of Clint Eastwood's Gran Torino, except with Spanish people. And for some reason, it was a bit, but this film had a darker side I wasn't expecting at all.
Suicidal senior citizen.
Yeah, this film was.
It became funny after a while.
Yeah, it actually really was.
Bad at it.
He was the worst. He was the worst suicide dude ever.
He tried so hard.
Well, not that hard.
Pretty hard.
This film. Well, he could have.
He did carpentry for crying out loud.
I know. Well, you think he could have done it better? He did. He was an engineer.
He was an engineer.
I mean, come on. But this film had amazing characters, as Bryce had already alluded to, that made you fall in love with them as the film progressed. It's funny, from your comments, Bryce, I've been thinking the same thing. From the beginning, I was kind of like, it is Gran Torino remade with Spanish people.
And then you started to fall in love.
It did. I fell more in love with the film and these they were actually quite deep characters that they had in it. I did have some problems with the predictable humor and predictable progression of the film, but god damn it, if I wasn't bawling quite a few times in this film. So as much as I wanted to really, really hate this film, as much as I did the trailer, I ended up liking it a lot. Not enough to love it, but I did like it a lot.
Yeah.
So it's meh.
Yeah.
And apparently myself and my wife and the 35 other senior citizens who went to see it.
Yeah, there were so many senior citizens in the theater.
They all had a pretty good, if not okay, time.
I think, everybody
left kind of smiling.
Happy,
everybody, including me. So
they left happy with a tear streaming down their cheek.
Lady beside me was bawling her eyes.
Oh, me too. Good thing I didn't wear mascara that time, because it would have been a scary mess coming out of the cinema. But let's see what Murray had to say.
What say you, Murman?
What says me? A Man Called Otto.
OTTO
is about an old guy, basically mad at the world and all the idiots that live in it.
This sounds like you.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like Murray.
Well, let me tell you a story. It has to be a story. Can't just be review because
Once upon a time.
it's a doozy, as you probably remember.
Yeah, well, I remember everything.
I went to my formerly favorite cinema after being unable to use my movie card to get a ticket online. It wouldn't let me get one online, so I had to go in person. When I got there, huge line at concession, 12:30 on a Friday afternoon. I presented my card to the girl behind the counter. She tried to charge me full price for the movie ticket, which the card is supposed to give me a discount.
Yes, it is.
In the end, though, she ended up putting it through as a senior admission,
Nice.
which I'm a few years away from being.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Is that the whole story, though?
No, that's just a start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there better be more.
So, there, it's a doozy. Trust me.
It is
you don't
pretty
know.
good.
He knows.
I know, because as he
So,
was going through it, I was getting
I was
text every 5
texting
seconds.
every 5 seconds. So I make my way to the theater. This is 10 minutes before the thing is supposed to start. Staff hadn't finished cleaning it yet, so they made us way outside. So they finished up. Didn't bother turning the lights on when they were done. So, the theater's dark when we go in. Me and all those senior citizens.
Seniors could have been a death trap in there.
It was. I actually heard somebody fall. Somebody fell.
Broke a hip. Oh,
There
man.
you go. So, end of the trailers, when the movie was supposed to start, top of the clock, the screen went dark. And it stayed that way. After about 5 minutes of nothing, I went out to inform the kid working out in the front that there was a problem. So I went back. For 15 minutes, the trailer started up again. Like, okay. Then the movie. The Whale? What? WTF? It was The Whale, which I'd already seen.
Yes, we have.
This is too crazy to be made up.
Yeah,
Trust me, this is all true.
Yep.
I went back out to the lobby, demanded to see the manager, and told them the problem.
Which one?
So
All of them?
The recent one, there's nothing on the movie screen. And it was the wrong movie.
Mm-hmm.
So he fixed that in about 15 minutes. Then the movie started up like half hour after it was supposed to.
Okay, so
it was
let me get this straight. So you saw all the trailers again before
Well, no,
the
I think
whale.
they were different trailers,
And then,
but-
and then they started.
No,
the
it was 20 minutes of trailers.
Yep.
Then the screen went dark
Yep.
for 15 minutes. Then when they started, let's put something on the screen, they started playing some movie trailers again. Then they started the movie, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is The Whale.
This is the best story ever.
So I had to go out and fix it because, of course, I'm a projectionist. It's like my call in life, and all these old
It
people
is.
were not getting out of their seats anyway.
Oh. They don't want to see The Whale.
So
they want to see Tom Hanks.
So
being
30
funny.
minutes after it was supposed to start, the movie finally started. Needless to say, I was in a very Otto place by that time.
Yes. Okay, so the question that's on my mind is, did you approach this movie with an Otto mindset, or did you connect with Otto and go, yeah, I'm on Team Otto?
I felt I could relate just based on the trailer, which, like you said, didn't really do it justice.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone around him is an idiot. Like the opening scene, he's trying to buy 5 feet of rope, and they want to sell him 6 feet of rope, and it's like a 50-cent difference, and he just won't let it go. Like that's me.
As I was watching, I turned to my wife and I went, "This is Murray next year."
Totally. Yeah. Well, I forgot to write that.
It's
but
Murray now.
Yeah, this is me in about 20 years, maybe 10.
Maybe now.
Who am I kidding? Maybe now.
Yeah.
Maybe now.
Anyway, lucky for me, the always entertaining Tom Hanks instantly made me forget all that. In Otto, Hanks showed us both a hard and soft side of this complex character. I've heard the movie compared to Gran Torino or Up, but this was kind of somewhere in the middle. It wasn't quite as dark as Gran Torino. There wasn't obviously much violence, and it was a more lovable character. As grumpy and bitter as Otto was, the supporting cast were all delightfully optimistic and cheery. Mariana Trevino was outstanding and won me over instantly. Yes, the movie was a bit predictable, and yes, it was a remake. But it was Tom Hanks being Tom Hanks, kind of a grumpier Mr. Rogers. I absolutely love this film. And yeah, I bawled my eyes out at the end.
Nice.
My first Mondo of 2023.
Woo! Nice.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah, I gotta admit that for an engineer, he could have been doing some more creative ways to kill himself.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Yeah, whatever.
He wasn't.
What's that?
No, he wasn't.
No, he did a terrible job.
Yeah.
Actually, that was a bit of a surprise. Like that, the trailer makes it really look like this is going to be a really weak,
It was a surprise.
movie of
but
the
as soon-
week type thing.
As soon as he was buying rope, I knew what he was doing.
Yeah, so did I. I said,
actually did.
"Oh, he's going to kill himself." And my
did.
wife's like, "Why? He bought a rope. He bought 5 feet of rope."
Yeah.
I had no
And
idea.
look at the rope style. He's not happy. He's going to die.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. Well,
And I wasn't sure.
When he canceled his phone and turned off his power
Yep.
in the middle of winter, that's when I got the clue. I'm like,
Yes.
okay. But the thing is, I don't think he ever turned the power back on again.
No, he didn't.
For the whole
No,
winter.
because he still
Months.
intended to off
But
himself.
Yeah,
almost
until
months later.
Yeah, until later in the
Much
film
later,
when all of a sudden.
So I don't know how he managed to feed himself. Or
Oh well,
anything.
they just
Oh,
didn't
they-
show that part. He eventually turned it back on because
don't know if he
once
did.
of course he did because he
Until
needed.
spring, I don't
Yeah, I mean he became joyful and spent the next 5 years with that family, right? So it was.
Joyful's a little bit.
No, it was. I think it was.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he
think
was
so.
going to Disney World and all kinds of cool places with them.
Anyway, yeah, I loved it. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I figured you would.
Yeah, it had Murray written all over it. Well, as soon as
I
you
must
knew
admit,
that.
as I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, this is a Murray movie.
Oh, totally. And on top of being a Murray movie, it's actually Murray.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was good, just like you.
Okay.
Just accept the compliment, Murray.
I didn't say anything.
And the best story was the whole Otto/Murray introduction to this film that you had.
I just couldn't believe it as it was happening to me.
It was kind of a good
serendipitous.
And
I wish that happened to me. I
and
probably
it-
would have mondoed it if that happened.
and this
before.
was the first day it was open.
Yeah.
This is Friday at noon. I think there was actually a 10 a.m. Screening, but yeah, and
I saw it Thursday.
There were so many, like the theater, at least the rows I was in, were all full. Like every seat in my row, except the one beside me, was full.
Really?
And
Mine was pretty full too.
and
Well,
these
there's only
two
2 cinemas that were playing it.
and
Yeah.
these two seniors
Mine
showed
was like
up,
2/3,
and somebody else
maybe.
was in their seats,
Half.
and they wouldn't move. Like they
were
somebody
too
else
old
was,
to
yes,
hear?
No, somebody was in their assigned seats, and this couple wouldn't move for them, so they had to go find somewhere else to sit.
That's ridiculous.
So I had seniors fighting over their seats.
I love it.
And yeah, it was mostly old people.
This is a reason why when you go to these movies, you want to bring things like a thing of brass knuckles or because you want to see like the old people going at
or a
it,
friend.
right?
They say, hey, old person.
'Cause they
here,
know-
you can
yeah.
toss weapons
That's,
to them.
that's right. It's kind of like first off, they have no clue that they've got an assigned seat. Like how many movies have we been in since they started numbering seats where any person over the age of 65 doesn't know they have an assigned seat, even though they had to pick that fucking seat
had to-
to
yeah,
be
they had
able
to
to
pick it
move
to buy
forward
the
in the
ticket.
purchase. And unless every single
Just
one of
leave
them
them
does
be.
like Murray, goes to the concession to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
And then
Most of them
they probably don't realize, oh, by the way, Mr. Old Person who doesn't understand cinema these days or potentially getting on an airplane, you have an assigned seat, by the way. Did you know?
But when you buy a ticket, they ask you where you want to sit.
Yeah, but they could forget by the time they get to the cinema. That kind of makes sense.
that I find
They're
entertaining because
not
just
forgetting.
the fact these old people
Just
were like
stop
fighting
this
amongst each
old
other.
people bashing. This is not cool.
Just saying, I found it
I'm
entertaining.
somewhat bashing
I thought it was funny.
someone else in the room at the same time.
Yes.
I thought it was funny.
I think it's adorable. All right, well, we got to see also Megan. AI meets iRobot, meets Chucky, meets Terminator, meets the Olsen twins.
Okay.
And there's not much
No.
that is
You can just stop there.
scarier.
There's just not much.
There's not much scarier.
Yet
Then
stop
watching-
it, there's not much.
No. There's not much scarier than watching an Olsen twins movie. Just ask me.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I believe Bryce dared me
I
to see
think
their
you-
entire collection at one
You've seen
point.
them all.
In a New York minute.
Yeah, exactly. But horror movies know that creepy little fuckers sell tickets. And what's more creepy than a creepy little fucker? That's right. Toys that the creepy little fuckers play with. Or creepy fucking dolls, or CFDs. CFDs are in one of the many genres of horror movies I have a bit of a soft spot for, I'm going to have to admit. Ever since seeing His Majesty Anthony Hopkins play with a ventriloquist dummy in Magic, CFDs have had me hooked, and I mean hooked. Because, I mean, also, who doesn't love Chucky?
I like Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky's great.
Didn't need to see.
Want to play?
Didn't need to see a 2-hour documentary about him, though.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not Chucky. That's just the
It
documentary.
was good for a while.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, until they got to the 4th or 5th Chucky. It's like, okay, enough.
That's
already.
right. Once they got, but the ultimate of all
that was all
Chuckies.
fine. While they were covering the films, I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Let's move on.
You brought up Chucky.
I did bring up Chucky,
Just saying that I'm not
but
fond of
ultimately, the best of Chucky is when you add another Chucky when there's Bride of Chucky. Just saying.
I will agree there.
This has all the great or not so great, depending on your viewpoint, for this genre of predictable tropes. You know pretty much everything that's going to happen before it happens, but damn, seeing a 4-foot doll kill people for creepy motherfucking pleasure is what I signed up for, and she does deliver a few times.
Does she?
Yeah, just a couple, maybe 4, 3.
Maybe once.
No,
you actually
3.
Get I realize she kills more than one.
Yeah. I mean, come on, she does.
Yeah,
There's fun.
Keep
Some
on
of them
going.
are fun.
I'll have my time.
There's
Yeah,
a
you
reason
will.
for that. I will explain that.
Yeah, exactly. I did enjoy this trip down Tropey Lane. I'm sorry, I mean Tropey Lane. As Megan tiptoes through the tulips slash through the neighbor's fence to inflict justice, as well as her other great moments of murder fun. And this is a movie to watch with a group of people, because half of the fun going to this was laughing together at how stupid it was. Glad I went with my buddies Murray and our pal Philip to see this, because that was what made it more fun and made it all the way to a meh for me. But apparently, there may be a sequel, and maybe this movie will convince Bryce to stay away from all technology for the rest of his life. And I got some stuff to unpack, but let's hear what you two say.
All right. Megan, or M3 GAN, as it's written.
Yeah, Memthergan.
Technophobia is an intense fear or dislike of advanced technology or complex devices, especially computers. Like someone I know who doesn't have a walking around phone.
Yeah, that's actually
It's just a
present
fad.
in this room right
Just a
now.
No one's gonna have them in 5 years.
This movie isn't going to help with that.
No, it's not.
I'm not that far gone, but I really dislike all social media and new gadgets that come out every 6 months. I don't like self-checkout, self-driving cars, home systems that run your house for you,
I love all those things.
or Siri/Alexa.
I live for those two. They're my favorite.
I got off that train a long time ago.
Oh, I'm
I
so
barely
on
have a
that
cell phone because I need one. But having said that, I actually kind of enjoyed most of the film. I thought the first half kind of dragged on. I get the filmmaker had to build the relationships between the main characters, but I found the danger took too long to show itself. The android killing humans was a nice payoff, though. And apparently, the producers toned down the violence to get a PG rating, which is why you didn't see more killing.
That's part of
That's
what I
the
have
part
a
of the
problem with.
problem.
Because it was so close to a PG, they took out anything that was even remotely violent and made it a PG movie,
Which is kind of weird, but
which
we'll
was
talk about that.
which was a
later.
mistake.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
Oh, I'll be talking about it real soon.
People have called this Child's Play meets Terminator, which I
No.
find is pretty much accurate.
Meets Barney.
I had obvious issues with some of the plot holes, like a titanium indestructible robot who can be slowed down by a glass of water.
That's totally could
Believable.
happen.
That's totally
And
believable.
the ending was very predictable,
Ending was horrible.
as most horror movies are.
Awful.
But considering I got to see this with two good friends, it was actually an enjoyable
It
match.
was. We were talking all the way through it.
And my favorite part, this is the part where you run.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
That made I couldn't. I'm still laughing.
That was a good part.
So it was a meh. Of course it was.
2 mez.
Yeah. What do you think, Mr. Technophobe? What's the term he is?
Technophobe. Yeah,
It's technophobe. There you go.
Technophobe.
If you are going to make a film like this, you have to do one of 2 things. You either make it for the masses and make it PG-13, or you go all out with the gore and violence and make it an R rating. Here's the thing, though. If you make that gore fest, you can sometimes get away with less than stellar writing. But if you decide to make that PG-13 movie that the whole family can attend, then you better at least write a good script, because you got nothing else to lean on. Now, much of this was written reasonably well, but when it goes off the rails at the end, it drags the whole project down. I found this whole thing frustrating, as a good movie could have been made with this albeit unoriginal concept. I feel as though this was made for 13-year-olds, and maybe through those eyes, I could have enjoyed it more.
If you would have been with us, you would have enjoyed it more. I'm sure of it.
I will be the first in line for R-rated Megan, but PG-13 Megan overpromises and underdelivers. But Ronnie Chang is in this, and he always makes me laugh, so Megan was meh.
All right. Woo! This is a win.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for the rage.
Yeah.
I love Ronnie Chang.
Who doesn't?
Was that the boss? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the boss. He's so like non-committal to everything. He's just like, okay, whatever.
I don't know, where the hell did she get a freaking samurai sword just like lying there?
I don't know why we're talking about anything but Ronnie Chang. You
Just
guys sat there and talked about this and you didn't mention the only good thing in the movie, which is Ronnie Chang.
But he was in that scene.
He was in that scene.
Yeah,
he was.
And
he's the best.
Asian, and it was a samurai sword.
I love it. The thing I love about this movie is because it's so tropey and stupid. It's ridiculous that you can't stop but laugh. Like soon as you know shit's going off the rail, I'm thinking to myself, did they not install the murder chip? Like that's just one of those things.
This is one of those movies I have a big problem with, because it is so obvious that they made a version of this movie that wasn't, so that they could get 12-year-olds to go to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I just like, why?
Yeah. Well, but that
stand to your guns, and if you're producing this movie, produce the movie that of the script that you got. Don't sit there and go, you know what? Let's see if we can get more viewers here.
Yeah.
We can have a bunch of preteens and teens and fill the theater with 14-year-old. I don't understand.
Well, if it's 14-year-old boys, they're going. Does Megan come in a boys model that we can use as a sex robot too? Because I'm sure that's probably what was going through the 14-year-old boys' thoughts.
Yeah, okay.
Through the movie.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't know. It's what I usually think. If something's going to be made AI that can talk to me and do things, I'm like automatically assuming that they're going to have a sex robot.
Just like the movie, this has gone off the rails. And the ending was ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. They actually had fairly good writing up until the end, and then it didn't go so, bat poop crazy that you could go, oh, this is awesome. It just was like, who cares?
Yeah, by the time you get to the end.
And nothing made sense at the end. It's like, what is going on? You actually didn't. You had the building blocks of something reasonably good. Like, you could have made this okay, and then it just goes stupid at the end.
The issue, I think, ultimately, though, with the film is that it's just such an overdone trope, right? Like, to Marie's point, it's like Chucky meets AI meets the Olsen, or
meets Barney.
Meets Barney. You know what I mean? Like, it is, I think it's, again, entry-level horror. We're watching movies that, same thing with, like, the MCU
at
and
the
stuff
end of the
like
day,
that.
it wasn't made for me, and maybe that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's ultimately what it is. It's like superhero movies, right? They're making them for 10 and 12-year-old boys, and not for people to be able to go, okay, if this is a superhero movie, people should be dying everywhere.
Yeah, but
like, not just the
superheroes don't die. That's the rule.
Yeah, well, that's also what makes it dumb, right? Because
if they're making for 10 or 12-year-old boys, why are all these critics going gaga over these movies that are like in their 40s and 50s?
Same reason why they love Avatar.
There you go. Same reason.
So what is that reason?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's not us. We don't know.
That's not us.
It's the worst.
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
This
It
Murman
is
Minute.
time for my now annual list of movies that I'm
Oh.
looking forward to this year.
Oh,
not
good.
that
I bet you a bunch of your movies that you mentioned are going to be in my rage this week.
I bet they probably will be.
Oh!
I guess at least half of these you guys are
I'm
going to rage about.
I'm gonna check off the ones that made my. Well, we'll see. Just go ahead.
How can you rage about it if they haven't come out yet?
Oh, I can rage about. A lot
Yeah,
of
because
stuff.
the
I
movie
know.
that expecting.
Oh, well, okay. First up, and an awful darn hurry.
Yeah.
Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, that looks good.
It does look good.
I may regret it, given M. Night Shyamalan's recent track record.
That's
Whatever.
true.
Old was.
I'm hoping this is
terrible.
more
It's a
like
rage.
his
Wasn't.
early.
It was a-
I hope this is more like his
I
earlier
remember what it
films.
was.
Yes, I agree, Marie. I hope it's more horror,
Number 2,
not
Yes.
bore.
which I'm going to get flack for, is Marlowe.
I don't even know what Marlowe
Yeah,
is.
what
It is
What's
a
Marlowe?
Liam Neeson movie.
Oh, it's going to be
for crying
terrible.
out loud.
I don't
It's
even
gonna
want
be
to see it.
awful.
You're going to have to
is-
dare me.
The
This time,
worst.
it is about legendary detective Philip Marlowe.
Does he have special skills?
No, he's a detective in the 30s.
Is he have Alzheimer's?
No.
Is he gonna
He's
have to
just
run?
a regular guy who solves.
Is he gonna have to
crime.
Does
run
he
it?
have to run?
Yeah,
Because I
just-
can't take watching
No, I
him
don't
run
think he-
again.
He's
That
just
was.
a man.
I was in more pain watching Liam
He's just
Neeson
a
run
man.
than he probably was running.
But suffice to say, I am not looking forward to that. You're
Oh,
right.
I'm sure not, but
No.
yeah, but it's less punchy, more solving crimes. So
It's still Liam Neeson.
right up my alley. I love detective stories. You know, me and Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes.
it's true.
So.
I get it.
Plus, it has a great supporting cast. So
Even better.
Liam Neeson made two
number
good
3,
movies.
Renfield.
Yes.
Despite
This looks amazing.
my misgivings about the messing with
Nick
the legend
Cage.
of Vlad the
Dracula.
Impaler, aka Dracula, which
This looks so good.
I hold as sacred as you
Eh.
hold zombies.
It might be okay.
It might actually be good.
It might be.
This looks amazing.
Nick
It doesn't
Cage
look
at his
amazing.
hammiest
Looks amazing.
best.
It looks like it could be passable.
It looks like it's a Nick Cage
It
gold.
looks like I might chuckle once
It's
or
got
twice.
2 Nicks in it. It's got
I
both
know.
two.
Murray, I am also looking forward to Renfield.
Number 4, which somebody will rage about.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Mission Impossible.
Oh, for crying in a
Dead
bucket.
Reckoning.
Oh, I'm looking forward
Part
to that.
Garbage.
It's gonna be so
Tom,
good.
Tom Cruise. 2
Yeah.
hours of
space.
non-stop adrenaline-inducing
In space. He's going to space, baby.
I believe
Is
they
he?
shot in Norway.
Oh yeah, well we know it'll be good if it's one of these stupid
Oh,
things that go to
yeah,
space because we
he's
know
gonna-
how good those are when they
Space
finally
movies
go to
are always the
space.
best.
Anyway,
the
I
icing.
can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Next up, Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Christopher
I'm
Nolan's
really,
new
yeah, I'm
film.
really looking
Yeah.
forward to Oppenheimer.
Despite the fact that it has Matt Damon
I love Matt Damon.
I like Matt Damon.
and Iron Man in it.
Oh.
What does that mean? What's
Robert
Iron Man?
Downey Jr.
Oh, I like Robert
Jr.?
Downey Jr.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I like them both.
I think Cillian Murphy and the rest of the All-Star cast will kill it.
Yes.
As
And
do
then
I.
Oppenheimer will kill people with his bomb.
There you go.
Mm.
Number 6, The Meg 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's
The
not a
trash.
thing.
Oh,
It
thank
is.
God.
Totally
That's
is.
not a thing. You're
It
just making stuff
absolutely
up.
Thank
is.
God
There
there's
is
a
no
Meg
way
2.
there's going to be a Meg 2.
There is a Meg 2. And
Nope,
it's coming out
don't
this
believe it.
year.
I wonder
Don't
if the
believe
poodle's
it.
going to still survive.
I don't know.
I don't think.
I
there's
hope
a
they
Meg
start
2.
the movie with the poodle swimming.
I think somebody's pranking you.
I can't wait for this.
Giant killer sharks.
Yeah, eating people. It's
Okay.
like
Giant-
literally.
I'll be adding the Meg 2 to my rage. Apparently, I didn't know this was a
Giant-
thing.
Ugh,
Killer
can't wait.
Sharks.
Yeah, that eat people. Don't forget to eat people, Murray.
And last but not least, which I kind of added because I needed another one,
All right,
Barbie.
I'm looking forward to Barbie.
Greta Gerwig film written
Yeah.
by Noah Baumbach.
Can't go wrong.
Yep, it's a winner.
That is
winner.
that is a
Trailer looks a little weird.
It looks.
I'm not
It looks
exactly
fabulous.
a big Baumbach fan.
I am.
Considering the last
What?
movie he made, I don't like him. I don't like any of the movies I've seen that he's had.
What are you talking?
Just saying.
You gave it a
not,
Yeah.
yeah, not my
Thank
not my
goodness.
style. But Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and
Oh.
Simu Liu.
He's gonna see this one, so
Plus,
I hope
it
he
looks-
thinks it's Mondo.
Looks
No,
like
because it's a writing. Credit,
looks
not a
like
director.
there's.
Oh, right.
That's right. That's right.
We're good.
Plus, it looks like there's some singing and dancing.
Well, that's always
That's-
And now I have that Aqua
Maybe
song
not as
stuck
good.
in my head.
You missed the most important movie of next year, Murray. 2,
No,
Two movies missed your list. Number 1, Cocaine Bear.
No.
And
No.
number 2, John
No.
Wick 4.
No.
Yes.
I will see them. I will not look forward to them.
That's the only thing
I
I'm
also
looking
left
forward
off
to.
about a half a dozen movies I know you guys are going to hate,
Okay.
including James Caan's last film where he plays a gangster,
Ouch.
and Pierce Brosnan is also in it.
That's double
I
ouch.
left that one off.
That'll be bad.
That's going to be really bad.
Says you.
Yes.
Says us for sure.
So we'll see, because last year half of my list were rages at the end of the year.
See, so you should listen to us, Murray, at the beginning of the year. We'll tell you. Make 2 is going to be
I'd
awesome.
like to be entertained. What can I say?
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Sweet rage.
So sweet.
It is. My rage is kind of lame this week. I mean, we had a double meh week so far. In fact, it was mehs all around.
Sorry, your rage is lame this week?
Yeah, just this week. No,
Oh.
it's not because of the meh that I'm raging. My rage this week actually has more to do with marketing. So
You've
my
al-
ra-
you've
my rage
already
this
lost
week.
me.
So here's the thing, and when we go see pretty much every movie in cinemas,
Yep.
barring any things like Jim is ill or Murray's on vacation for 2 months, or
Or Whitney Houston
or
biopic.
Whitney Houston biopic.
I almost went to that.
But one of the things that really gets me, because if we're gonna see a trailer, I want it to be good.
That's reasonable.
And I don't want, like, the new one, Knock at the Cabin Door. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong knows how to make movie trailers. And, seeing A Man Called Otto, if marketing would have done a better job marketing that movie for what it actually is, I think it would have been at more cinemas than just 2. Because the marketing for it to anybody that's under the age of 65, apparently, because all 3 of us didn't have a real desire to see it because of the trailer. Because it looked like every other thing with a grumpy old man in it that's blah, blah, blah. But it was much more than that.
It was.
So the trailer for that was not good. And, we've also talked about trailers that give away the whole movie. So,
I still think Babylon was one of the better trailers because it had misdirection
Yes.
in it. But at its heart, it was still what the movie was. But it
Yes.
just gave you all sorts of because I know what's going to happen, but no, that's not what happened.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Babylon was fantastic. But that's part of what my rage is that of the 10 movie trailers we see, you'll get maybe 1 or 2 that are actually good trailers that give you enough to go, okay, this is actually what the
really
movie's
wanna see
about.
this.
And then it
Then you'll
kind of
get-
doesn't give you the whole movie.
Then you'll get 8 where it's like, why am I going to the
Yeah,
movie?
I don't need to see this movie because the trailer, like the movies we saw, when we saw the trailers for the movies we saw this last week, I think all of them, as we're watching it, we're going to go, okay, well, now I don't need to see the movie. So it's like they think they're trying to give an advertisement, but it's like, obviously they don't understand marketing for people who understand film. It's like, yeah, you just basically told me the whole movie plot and what happens, so I don't need to see it. So that's my rage.
All right.
Better marketing for movies that I want to see. That's all I'm saying. I don't care about the movies I don't want to see.
Fair enough.
What was that one that you said that I really didn't want to see? Oh, Liam Neeson. See, the trailer could be the best trailer on
never seen a trailer.
the best trailer on the planet, but I still don't want to see it because I know Liam Neeson's in it.
It's about one of the world's greatest detectives. I don't need to see a trailer.
Yeah, but
for
it's
it.
Liam Neeson.
I still
So-
don't think the Meg
can still
2's
act.
coming out
It
this
is.
year.
I cannot be more excited.
It's not coming out.
It
Well,
is.
this is a perfect segue, by the way.
His rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My rage is Transformers Rise of the Beasts, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Creed 3, Shazam Fury of the Gods, Magic Mike's Last Dance, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Scream 6, Fast 10, and Dune Part 2. Oh yeah, plus Book Club 2, the next chapter, not to mention the pile of Marvel sequels coming out as well. It seems this year we will be in sequel hell. That is my rage.
Except,
Only one of mine was on there.
it's most important. You should be very excited about Dune 2.
No.
Simply for the
Oh,
reason...
so I can hear...
I hope there's so much of that. But here's the thing.
Hours.
It's... Yes. Because...
It's horrible.
Because...
Oh, this is the best sound ever. Let's
It-
give it an Academy Award for sound so we can listen to
It was
for 3 hours.
It was fantastic. I love that
awful.
sound. Can you do me a favor when we're done the podcast today? Can
Yes.
you do that for an hour straight recording it? Because I want to listen to
I've
that at work.
I've already got a sore throat. You're gonna have to clip the
Can't you put a
episode
li-
and put it together.
Can't you put
for-
a loop for it?
You know what? I could probably loop this for an hour and
There
get
you
you
go.
an MP3.
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, because Dune 2 has to be a Mondo. Otherwise, Denis Villeneuve is going off our Undoubted list.
Oh, that's so sad because I can't imagine that it's going to be a Mondo if I have to listen to for another 3.5
Can't
hours.
wait to hear that sound. And you know, you literally have to watch it again because it's not that. Like it, I think because we were sitting second row.
I'm going to have to watch it again before the stupid second one because
Yeah.
all I remember is
So good. So good.
Did anything else happen? All I remember is my brain rattling in my head because of this.
It was so... I can only think about rattling in my head.
That was the
I
whole
loved it.
soundtrack. It drowned out like the music that they were putting in because all you heard was and then
No.
people would be talking and there'd be and it's like, what is going on?
That's actually not what happened. I know
That is exactly the whole movie.
Now you really have to rewatch it. I've seen it like 6 times since I originally saw it.
And
I'm in a
and
bad
it's all,
mood. I want to earn myself. I want
puts
to
you in a good
earn
mood.
myself into a good mood. Absolutely. So
Anyways.
yeah, this sounds terrible. Your list was awful.
I
Everything
know. It's the
on
year of
there,
sequel hell.
except for Dune 2, and you didn't
Just-
list John Wick 4, which I'm disappointed in. But yeah, maybe you're looking forward to that.
No, not really.
Okay.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
So
Yes.
there's a lot riding on this today.
Is there?
Yeah. So
I'm a little confused by this actually.
it's
but-
okay. You're always confused. So, on the list today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. One in particular
Yeah.
is Bill Murray versus Adam Driver
Yeah.
in The Dead Don't Die.
Oh.
Now, before we discuss who was more mesmerizing in it,
Uh-huh.
Bryce has to let us know what his rating of it was, because it could seal the fate of Jim Jarmusch.
What was his last movie?
Because I believe Jim Jarmusch's fate
Or,
in
well, yeah,
being Undoubted.
What's on either side of this movie?
I think that might have been the last movie.
wasn't it?
That's the last movie?
I think so.
And what was the movie before it?
Just a minute. I think it was Mondo. Because I think that you gave this originally a Rage. If my
What was the movie before it? It's not a Rage. It's a meh.
All right. So then this
But
would
the other one's got to be a Mondo for me.
yeah, because it can't be double meh.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm pretty positive it's going to be a Mondo because it was a Mondo for me, which is Gimme Danger.
Yeah, it was Mondo.
Of course it was. This
That
is
was-
good.
that was
So let's just quickly blast through Jim Jarmusch's films.
Yeah.
The Dead Don't Die,
Meh.
which for me was a Mondo. Murray, what was it for you?
Of course it was a Mondo.
Of course it was a Mondo. Gimme Danger was a Mondo. Patterson,
Mondo.
yep. Only Lovers Left Alive,
Mondo.
which was a Mondo. The Limits of Control,
Mondo.
which was a Mondo. That's a music video. Broken Flowers, which is a Mondo.
Super Mondo.
Coffee and Cigarettes is a Mondo.
It was meh.
Okay. So what about this then? 10 minutes older, The Trumpet. I didn't see that.
What the hell's 10 minutes older, The Trumpet?
I don't know.
That's not a movie.
It says it is. Oh, it actually looks really good.
What is it?
The series. Oh, maybe it's just a. No, it's a collection.
It's not a.
It's a collection of films.
I would know if there was a movie called whatever the heck you just said by Jim Jarmusch. No.
Okay, so then Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai.
I love that movie. Mondo.
I really love it too. Year of the Horse. Have I got to 8 yet? Like,
yeah, he's definitely undoubted.
Yeah.
He just hopefully his next movie's Mondo. It's a high meh. It was a lot better than I remember.
Yeah. See, I don't know why you were so grumpy pants about it.
Or whatever. Yeah, I liked it.
All right, Jim Jarmusch is now officially, unless Murray's planning on watching a bunch of Jim Jarmusch films.
No, that'd be a no.
Okay.
All right.
So he is officially undoubted.
I
was his movie when
I would
saw
say that Broken Flowers has one of my top 10 favorite last 5, well, even last 2 minutes of any movie ever, when he's just like looking around and he's looking down the street. And then it just fades to black. It's one of those movies where every now and then you're like, please just fade to black. Please just fade to black. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is
just
perfect.
end it.
Don't just end. It's got to end right. And did.
And he did.
I was like, that was beautiful.
You know why?
Because Jim Jarmusch is undoubted.
Exactly. All right, so this is a tough one. For me, it was very easy, actually. Who was more mesmerizing, Bill Murray or Adam Driver? So, should we just say the last name, and we'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1.
Murray.
Driver. No, for me it was Driver.
No, it's Bill Murray.
No,
Actually, 3, 2, 1. Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, but she's not on the list anymore.
She's not on the list.
Oh, but
anymore.
I can't. Why can't she bounce people out still? If she, but apparently we still disagree, so it doesn't matter.
That's
but
right.
Tilda Swinton was totally the most mesmerizing.
She was
in
pretty
this movie.
mesmerizing in it.
Yeah,
Actually, I still think Adam Driver was more mesmerizing. I couldn't. Every time he said, so it's going to end horribly wrong.
It's gonna end
it made me
badly.
laugh every time. Every time he's sitting there, when he gets out of his smart car, that made me laugh. Every time he was on screen, it didn't matter what he was saying. Adam Driver was on the screen. I was mesmerized.
Bill Murray didn't even have to say anything in this movie, and he was the most mesmerizing person on the screen.
I didn't find it. Adam Driver. The two of them together with...
Other than Tilda Swinton, which is a crime that she's not on this list.
Yeah, actually, you know who was even more
Just because
mesmerizing?
she made one bad decision.
Well,
I think
people,
she made more than one.
yeah, she did make a couple
I
bad
wasn't here
decisions.
for that.
But you know
She
what?
made
You know
more
who
than
was
one
also
bad
mesmerizing
decision.
in this? Was Iggy Pop.
Euphoria?
Let's face it.
Euphoria was like the best. What are you talking
God,
about?
No.
Change the subject.
Yeah.
We're
Just
not
saying.
getting past that.
I love Tilda Swinton, but they're not in that movie.
All right. Well, more importantly, I rewatched Mothering Sunday.
Did you now?
And I had to, it took me an entire week because I hate this movie so much that I could only watch 15-minute increments of it because it is literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So when I said it was a rage back last year when I originally saw it, and I forgot how terrible it was because
really liked
it
it.
really did cave my brain in seeing this
I don't know
movie.
what movie were you watching?
Okay, Murray, it's a romance,
I know.
softcore, somewhat biopic period piece
Yeah.
where
But
there's
done
nothing
really well.
happening except for walking back and forth between a house for people to have sex. It was completely awful. The dialogue was terrible. The movie was so boring, and I didn't even enjoy the sex scenes in it. It was so boring. I don't even know how you could have given this anything but a rage. Like, it's terrible.
I liked it.
This movie was awful. And
I liked
this
it.
is the whole reason why Olivia's never going to be...
maybe
she's
not
got to
a-
make now a whole bunch more movies before she can be doubted.
Yeah.
And she was only in it for a short period of time. She made bad decisions too.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, I still hate this movie. Murray, don't ever see it. You won't survive it, I don't think. So awful. So is there anything else we needed for the list this week?
Oh, I guess that
Do we know what we're doing for next week? Should we find another movie where Bill Murray and Adam Driver are in together?
Doubt they are.
Bill Murray and Adam Driver in the same movie? It's probably a
That-
tough.
French Dispatch? I don't know. Was he in that?
Adam Driver wasn't.
Okay.
I don't
Then I don't know.
think.
Then I don't know.
Huh.
No, I'm
Oh, there was
sure
like
he
80
wasn't.
people in that movie. How do I know?
Yeah.
Then I fell
There-
asleep for half an hour.
I would
He
say
could've
there.
showed up.
I would say there are probably more than 80 people. in
Yeah,
that
there's a
movie.
lot of people in that movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's such a good movie. Well, I'm sure we'll have something for next week. You bet your little panties on that.
All right, then.
Hi, everybody. I'm George, the host of the best little horror house in Philly. It's the show where we talk about the best horror movie ever made, according to our guest at least. And because of that, I figured I'd let the guests themselves tell you a little more about the show. Here's Betsy Sidaro.
I'm sorry, it's just too loud.
Mike Mitchell.
There's a lot of like ding 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 ding.
Neil Campbell.
Oh God, this guy was like afraid to use a knife. It's gonna, do something brave at the end of Cowboys versus Aliens or something, whatever.
And Mike Hanford.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, George.
So there you go. Some insightful and relevant commentary on why you should be listening to the best little horror house in Philly. And I'll see you boils and ghouls wherever you podcast. Bye.
He's pretty good. That's what I got to say about that.
Happy New Year, Ragers! It's that time of year for sticking to your resolutions, paying back credit card debt, and most importantly, getting ready to hear Jim tiptoe his way through his favorite genre, dance romance sequels. Because Bryce dared him to watch Stayin' Alive with the doubted John Travolta. What's that you say? It's not his favorite? That's downright shocking. My mistake. This week, if Jim managed to stay alive, he will join Bryce to come back to Papa and face the God of Rage's torturous bag of remakes, where I have made it my goal this year to break the boys. But mostly it's about re-breaking Bryce. Before one of them pulls High School Musical 3, which will surely destroy one of them. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I'm confident in my abilities. After all, Bryce broke so easily last year, and they haven't seen anything like what I have planned. And no, I'm not laughing this time around. Enjoy the pick this week, boys.
I love his evilness.
He's evil.
He's so evil. I love him so much. My kind of guy. Well, okay, everybody just close your eyes. If you're listening and you're not driving a car, if you're driving a car, just pull over. But if you aren't driving a car, then just close your eyes. When you see the opening credits and see it's the king of sequels as the director, Sylvester Stallone, with the doubted John Travolta doing a sequel, you know you're in for a treat. And by treat, I mean a torturous, rage-filled treat. Kind of like a Halloween bag filled with candies that are spiked with poison or dancing razor blades. Interesting fact to know, Sylvester Stallone has directed 8 films. Did you know that, Bryce?
I didn't know it was 8, but
Yeah,
that doesn't
he's done
surprise
8
me.
now.
4 of them
So,
They're
who will be discussed next week, perhaps on the list? And of the 8,
don't think he's gonna make it.
1 is not a sequel, but the other 7 are either a sequel or part of a series. Just saying.
There's gonna be at least one Mondo in there, and maybe 2.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We will.
John Travolta does his best New York Vinnie Barbarino / Tony Manero Italian stereotype meat sack impression, which basically means he sneers a lot and has a pouty, angry face for the entire movie. But if you like 80s dance rock music, lots of leg warmers, dance practice, and then dance shows, and then more dance practice, men in tight leotards, ladies in tight leotards, cheesy dialogue, a predictable domance, a dance romance, come to me, think of it. Actually, the men in leotards weren't so bad, I don't think. And no one, and I mean no one, makes sports athletic training montages like Sly Stallone does. Once again, in a romance film, I don't know why this seems to happen. It seems like every romance. They make a male character so unlikable and annoying, it's hard to get past anyone actually liking him, Travolta's character in particular. Although, this is kind of like a sequel to Saturday Night Fever. It really has no tie other than Travolta and his mom, played by Julie Bafaso, who was pretty much the only thing worth seeing in this film. Even though it made no sense to try and tie them together in this film. It was just like, you know what? Somehow we have to connect this to the first movie, so let's throw his mom in there for no apparent reason. Travolta's character makes absolutely no sense through the entire movie, with his motivations and how he treats people are all so stupid and annoying. There was a few shining moments in this film, though. Stallone has a really good sense for close-up shots and when to use them. So as much as I pretty much hate every movie he's ever made, I'm going to give him kudos credits for him to know how to use close-up shots. He does a great job at it. And any movie that is basically made up of an hour and a half with romance and dance moves set between music videos is pretty okay by me. Okie dokie. Yuppie dokie. Dokie goki. The noki. Doki. The doki. Domance. Training montage. Okay. 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 I don't know. Okay. So much badly done leaping in this movie.
Badly done leaping.
There was so much leaping. I don't know what was more awful. The dance practices, the predictable romance, or the absolutely deplorable character played by Travolta. Suffice to say, I was confused how this even got to a 4.7 on IMDb. Kept hoping that at some point Travolta or the princess-like love interest for him would be struck by lightning or fall off a building or twist their ankle or die in a terrible car crash or fall from like something from Phantom of the Opera, like, or Phantom of the Paradise, something phantom from something would kill the two of them at any point in the movie because they're both so annoying. This possibly could have been the worst movie that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was a complete awful rage. But there was one important thing that happened in this.
Okay.
Because you know what I want to do?
I don't.
Strut. And that's exactly how the movie ended.
Nice.
But you can't tell.
So
Yeah.
the strut saved it.
The strut saved it. It was like it was going for the worst movie I'd
Could have
ever
been
seen.
the worst ever.
And
now
then-
it's just really, really god awful.
Yeah, and then it was just like, you know what? John Travolta leaves the cinema, or theater, or whatever it was, when he did his dance play thing. And he's like, the movie just takes a direct turn. He's like, yeah, you know what? I gotta leave. And then just walks out and he's like, doodly 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 doodly. And then he walks down New York streets, turned it from a rage to a mondo in one scene. It was worth the price of
Thank
admission.
goodness you watched the whole thing.
Yeah. You know what? If I would have turned it off right after they finished the movie/play thing, and I didn't get to see the strut, then it would have been awful.
There you go. So
Yeah.
it was Mondo.
It was Mondo. Yeah. I want to see this again.
Alright.
I actually bought a copy of it.
Put that on the website.
Do you really give this a Mondo?
Jim, stay
No, like-
alive. Mondo.
Even the strut couldn't save this
What?
train wreck of
'Cause
a
it's the
movie.
Bee Gees.
I don't think I've ever seen a Domance film before. Like, this is by far the first time I've seen a Domance film ever. I didn't even know that was a genre, but apparently it is now.
There you go. I might have to do some research.
Yeah, perhaps I'm hoping that you don't do that research. All right, now where's Casey's bag of
There's
torture?
Casey's bag. There's a bit of a.
Oh yeah, this
It's
seems pretty juicy.
it's just wrong.
The printing is so small on it too.
It's
Sorry.
Oh, that's not a. It wasn't a slap. It was a compliment. Who can write so small?
Type.
So which?
what are we watching?
Oh, you're going to enjoy this. Do you remember seeing The Last Witch Hunter?
No, I probably did. I don't
Well,
remember what it
you're
is.
going to get to watch it again.
Is that Vin Diesel?
I believe that's a Vin
Oh,
Diesel
no.
nugget of joy. You're going to watch.
Oh,
So good.
yeah.
Oh, Casey, it might be just this episode that
crying
Bryce is
out
now
loud.
officially broken. We will be seeing The Last Witch Hunter.
No.
Yeah. Try watching a Domance film first. Actually, there may be some dancing in The Last Witch Hunter, so
I don't
maybe.
believe there is.
maybe.
All right, The Last Witch Hunter. Yeah. Sign me up.
Vin is light on his feet, so you never know.
It's pretty spry.
By the way,
Spry.
just a look ahead. At some point, when we're done and someone has to watch High School Musical 3, I got a special surprise for you.
Oh.
I've been saving it. I was going to give it to you at Christmas.
You bought a copy.
Oh,
of
you
it?
put it. You've got it held outside of the bag,
Yeah, it's
the
something.
locked bag.
It's something that's just for you.
Oh,
And
did you find Crossroads?
I don't know. Can't believe you're spoiling the surprise, Jim.
Did I actually?
Guess you'll find out.
I guess I'll find it. You know, my birthday's coming up in July.
Ooh,
That's true.
that would be quite the present.
That would be quite the present. Nice. Oh, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended Film Rage family who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, a.k.a. the God of Rage, for the voice of Rager Dare. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageYYC.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, you're just gonna do some strut. Please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us a rage. Oh, that's how we strut on.
Rage on.